You got it. All right, you guys, here we go. Matrices. The first thing is that you have to be able to know how many rows and how many columns a matrix has, and we always label them as rows by columns. So this one has 2 rows and 3 columns. So matrix A is a 2 by 3 matrix, okay? And matrix B is also a 2 by 3 matrix. You can only add and subtract if they're the same dimension, exactly the same. Like it can't be a 2 by 3 and a 3 by 2, all right? So I can only add a 2 by 3 with a 2 by 3, and I can only subtract a 2 by 3 with a 2 by 3. So if I'm adding A plus B, I'm literally adding the stuff that's in the same spots, right? So I'm going to make another little 2 by 3 matrix right here, and I'm just going to add 1 plus negative 11, which is negative 10. And then I'm going to add the next element, 2 plus 2. That's 4. And then I'm going to add 3 plus negative 5, which is negative 2. And then I'm going to add 4 plus 0, negative 4, which is negative 4. And then I'm going to add 6 plus negative 8, which is negative 2. Then I'm going to add 8 plus 5, which is 13, and call it a day. Okay? Now I'm going to subtract. Order matters that we subtract in. So I have a 2 by 3 and a 2 by 3, so I'm good to go again. I'm going to do B minus A. So make sure you do this one minus this one, and we just subtract the elements that are in the same spots. So I have negative 11, and I'm subtracting 1. So what do I get? Excellent. And then I get 2 minus 2. 0. And then negative 5 minus 3, negative 8. 0 minus negative 4, positive 4. Negative 8 minus 6, negative 14. 5 minus 8, negative 3. Everyone get what we're doing? All right, if you have 3b, we call this number a scalar. Okay, this is just called multiplying by a scalar. And I'm multiplying the 3 times matrix B. All I do is multiply every element in the matrix by 3. So, matrix B multiplied by 3. What's negative 11 times 3? 33. What's 2 times 3? Negative 5 times 3. 0 times 3. Negative 24, 15. Okay? So, anytime you're multiplying by a scalar, it doesn't matter what the size of the matrix are. Now, if you're adding or subtracting, they have to be the same size matrices. If you're multiplying, and it is not commutative, meaning order matters that you multiply, okay? So be sure you read the order and multiply in the correct order. So here's the rule. This right here is a 2 by 2 matrix. I have 2 rows and 2 columns. 2 by 2. And this one's also a 2 by 2 matrix. In order to be able to actually multiply them, these middle numbers have to match. And the resulting matrix is the outside numbers. This is going to be my answer matrix. It will be a 2 by 2 matrix as well in this one. Okay? So you have to write it out. 2 by 2, 2 by 2. So in other words, row by column and row by column. So the column of the first has to match the row of the second. All right? And then we're allowed to go ahead and multiply. So here's how we do this. I'm going to go across row 1 and down column 1. And this is how we're going to get our answer. I'll write this as one big matrix for now. I'm going to multiply this times this, which is negative 1. And I'm going to add it to this times this. 2 times 5, which is 10. So as you go across, you go down. So I did 1 times negative 1 plus 2 times 5. That's just what you do. And we're going to get an answer of 9 right there, but I'm going to write out each little thing so I can show you what I'm doing. Okay? Now I'm going to go across row 1 and down column 2. And this is going to give me this answer right here. So this is row 1, column 2 spot. Okay? So I'm going to do 1 times 3, which is 3, plus 2 times negative 8, which is negative 16. Okay, now I'm going to go across row 2 and down column 1. So I did this one here to here. I went this to this, this to this, right? Now I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to go this to this, okay? So notice that this is row 2, column 1. That's going to give me row 2. I'll just write this down. Column 1's answer right here, okay? So I'm doing negative 4 times negative 1, which is positive 4, and I'm adding it to 6 times 5. Okay, now I'm going to do row 2 times column 2. So I'm going to multiply negative 4 times 3, and I'm adding it to 6 times negative 8. What's negative 4 times 3? Negative 12 plus 6 times negative 8, negative 48. All right, now I'll just simplify. Negative 1 plus 10 is 9. 3 minus 16 is negative 13. 4 plus 30 is 34, and this makes negative 60. All right, let's try the next one and see if we can even multiply it. So how many rows does this matrix have? 2. How many columns does this matrix have? So you got to write this down, 2 by 3. How many rows does this matrix have? 2. How many columns? Can we multiply these? Negative, Captain. That's a good day. Don't have to do it. Could we add those? Yes. You can add a 2 by 3 with a 2 by 3, but you can't multiply them because those middles have to match up right there. So, nope. All right, example 5. There's a lot of these. Let's see if we have room here. All right, you guys, this is a what by what matrix. 2 by 2, this is a what by what matrix. 2 by 3, it always goes row by column. It works, okay? So our answer matrix is going to be a 2 by 3 answer matrix. Okay, I'll just leave myself some space. So what I'm going to do is go across row 1 and down column 1. Notice those match up. There's the same number of elements, 2 and 2. So I'm going to do 1 times 5 plus 2 times 3. So 1 times 5 is 5, plus 2 times 3 is 6. All right, now I'm going to go across row 1 and down column 2. So I'm going to do 1 times 12 plus 2 times negative 8. 1 times 12 is 12. Plus 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. Now I'm going to go across row 1 and down column 3. So I'm going to do 1 times negative 5 plus 2 times 6. What's 1 times negative 5? What's 2 times 6? Okay. And notice how I'm just going across, just like I'm going across here. Now I'm going to do the second row. And I'm going to do the second row down every column again. So this one times this one. So it's negative 4 times 5 plus 6 times 3. What's negative 4 times 5? Plus what's 6 times 3? Awesome. Now I'm going to go down the next column. What are we multiplying? Yep, which is negative 48. Plus 6 times negative 8. Which is negative 48. Okay, now I'm going to go down the last column. So I've got negative 4 times negative 5, which is 20, plus 6 times 6, which is 36. And I'll simplify this. So I get 11, and then I get negative 4, and then for this one, I get 7. And for this one, I get negative 2. And for this one, I get negative 96. And for this one, is that a 36? Yeah, 56. 6 is a good one. This is a what by what matrix. And this is a what by what matrix. Can we multiply? Nope. All right. Let's do the last one because it does have 1, and it has 3 elements, which is good. All right, so you got to be able to label these correctly. This is a what by what matrix. 3 by 3. Be careful. How many rows does this have?
2 rows.
3. How many columns? All right, so it's a 3 by 1 matrix. So can we multiply this one? Yes. And my answer matrix will be a 3 by 1, meaning 3 rows, 1 column. So it's a long, skinny guy. So I'm going to do it like, whoops. Give myself some space so I can show all my work for you guys. But all I'm going to do is go across this row and down this column. I now have 3 terms. So before you write this down, here's what we're doing. Just watch. I'm doing 1 times negative 4 plus 2 times 5 plus 3 times negative 2. So as you go across, you go down and you line them up. Okay? So what is 1 times negative 4? Plus, what is 2 times 5? Plus, what is 3 times negative 2? Okay? And I will add all of those in a moment. Okay? Now I'm going to go across row 2 and down column 1. So I've got negative 1 times negative 4. What's that? 4. Plus 0 times 5. Plus negative 3 times negative 2. Okay. And now I'm going to go across the last row and down the 1 column that we have. What's 4 times negative 4? Plus, what's negative 3 times 5? And plus 5 times negative 2. And now I just need to add all those because I should have 1 element in each of those spots. I'm going to write a miniature equal sign. I'm going to squeeze it in right here. What's negative 4 plus 10 plus negative 6? 0. What's 4 plus 0 plus 6? What's negative 16 plus negative 15 plus negative 10? I'm going to go with negative 41. But good try. All right, can we multiply a 3 by 2 and a 2 by 4? Yes, we can. What's my resulting matrix going to be? 3 by 4. Can I multiply a 2 by 3 and a 4 by 3? Nope. How about square matrices like 2 by 2s and 2 by 2s and 3 by 3s and 3 by 3s? Yes, for sure we can. Thanks, guys.